I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissara. Thank you so much for tuning in to a pretty little podcast. Tonight's guest is in one of my favorite bands. We share a love for Blink 182 and both rock the purple hair. From the band 408, Mark Faroudi.
How's it going?
Hey, I'm so excited to have you on. Jesse
Thank you.
couldn't be with us tonight, but oh my gosh, please tell us about everything you have going on.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here with you. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got an EP that we're waterfalling over the next few months. There's a couple more singles coming out, and then the EP will come out in July. And then we're working currently on a new album too. So we have tons and tons of songs to go through and write some more stuff and test a lot of different stuff out in the studio.
It's
And
nice to
then
see
we'll
that
be
your eyebrows are growing
Yeah,
back.
they're starting to come back finally. So yeah, we're working on that, and then we're looking on adding some more shows. I think we're playing So What Fest in Dallas in June, so we're gonna be added to that pretty soon. And yeah, just looking to add some more shows and looking to just keep creating more music.
Yeah, I saw all the pictures online. How was it to perform with Taylor Acorn and be with
Yeah,
the
no, that was
band?
awesome. We played with the Somerset, Grayscale, Taylor Acorn. That was a lot of fun. Great crowd, great time. It's always a good time.
So, what do you say to all those people that say punk pop is dead? I believe that it's just in the revival stage, that we're bringing it back. Warp Tour, everything. Like, I grew up going to Warp Tour. I have listened to all those bands for years. I'm so excited when heard I first originally heard you with Backfired, and I just fell in love with you. And now every song just seems to get better. Like, what goes into that? What's your process for what makes the cut to go on your album?
Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't think it's dead. To answer your first question, I think it's like you said. I think it's in the revival stages, and music goes through cycles. People like different things at different times. But I think everything always comes back around, and there's some really cool artists that are not only coming back to the forefront, but also newer artists similar to ourselves that are help pushing the narrative forward. But as far as our creative process and how we choose, it's different every time. We always look to see where we are creatively
Mhm.
first and what fits where we're in our current creative state, what best speaks for our sound and what we're trying to say. But basically our process is we write about 30 plus songs. We'll pick the best 10 and whatever feels the best. And sometimes we'll test some stuff on TikTok. Like, if we're not sure, we'll post something on TikTok and say, hey, what do you think of this?
I
And
love that.
kind of get a general feedback before we actually decide what to do. It's a cool new way for artists to test out their songs if they're unsure about it. So it's pretty cool.
So, I've been on your live how many times, and I always ask you this. The song that you're playing in bed,
Hmm.
what is the name of that song?
That one's gonna. Well, I mean, the running title for that is "Remember Her Like That."
Okay.
That one is going to be recorded. That is for sure. So we're actually working on that song. I think in the next couple of weeks, and we're probably starting the recording process of the album in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and well, I think we'll be done with the entire process of recording an album in June. So that's kind of our tentative schedule right now.
Yeah, we don't get high like we used to. That's gonna be my summer jam. Like, I am gonna be driving around with the top down, listening to that, jamming.
It's awesome. Thank you.
So, what kind of things do you have coming up? Are you guys going to be making your way up to the East Coast? I know that we had just missed you the last time that, well, like when I first reached out to you, you guys had just been up this way.
Yeah, no,
Are you
I
guys
think
looking to come back up?
yeah, I think the plan is to well, we're definitely doing East Coast run this year. Not particularly sure when we'll do that, whether it's into the later parts of the summer or the early parts of fall. I think fall is some of the best times to tour, just in my
Mhm.
opinion, because you get get a nice weather change. But
And
yeah,
how
we're actively going through multiple options right now of when and where we're going.
so I have to ask, were you actually naked in the Mark Hoppus video?
No, well, we were pretty close. We had nude colored underwear on, so people did think we were naked because it did kind of match our skin tone a little bit. But no, we weren't officially nude. No, we had to be covered because we were in public places. Could have got arrested for that.
So I have to ask, my friends and I, we always like watch Impractical Jokers and we're constantly doing pranks on each other and seeing who can like make the like do the funniest thing and make the other one feel like as awkward as possible. Since you and the band are so close and you guys actually like hang out and like do stuff together, do you guys ever prank each other?
We definitely prank each other for sure. Mostly on tour. We did a lot, and I'm trying to remember some of the stuff we did, but the tour was like a big blur because we were just all over the U.S. in a short amount of time. But yeah, we definitely mess around with each other in funny way. We're always goofing around with each other. We're really close, and
Yeah, you
it's
guys seem so much fun when you guys do your lives. Like you're interactive, but doing your music and then you stop, you talk for a while. Like it's great. I love
thank
the
you. I appreciate
interaction
it.
with fans.
Thank you.
So how was it to hit your goal? It was 10,000
Yeah,
shares.
well, we wanted to hit a goal of 10,000 pre-saves for the song. We did hit it. It was very cool. Ultimately, we're just happy that people like the song, people like our music, and people are diving into our other songs that have already been released. And we're just going to continue to foster the community, continue to release more music, and just be ourselves and have a good time with it.
Now, as far as social media, you guys are all over TikTok. Is that your primary social media platform, or do you kind of try to like split it up between them?
We like TikTok the best, but we definitely use Instagram and Instagram Reels often. YouTube's more for actual long form music videos. We've messed around with shorts, probably something we'll start to pick up again. But yeah, I would say TikTok is our number one social media platform for sure.
And you can see online we're posting all of your different social media. Your TikToks are so fun. So
Thank you.
I have to ask, what went in? What? How did you come up with the name 408?
So I started the band back in 2017, and I named the band 408 because when I went to UCF for my first time away from, I'm from a small town called Venice in Florida, and when I first went away to college, there's this road called the 408, and it overlooks the highway, or I'm sorry, overlooks the city skyline of Orlando. And that moment and many other moments of going back and forth in that road, just coming of age moments, jamming your favorite music in the car, whether you got broken up with, whether you lost a job or failed a test, anything like that. I had major life changing experiences in my car on that road. And I just thought it best represented me and what I wanted a project to be and the city. So it's kind of like a multifaceted thing.
How cool! So I noticed before you used to wear a gold medallion.
I did. I still will
What's the
sometimes. I
meaning
mean,
behind that, and where did it go?
I still have it. I wear it every now and then, and I think it's that's part of my image. I definitely will wear it again in the future, and It just depends. Like when I feel like wearing it, I'll wear it, and when I don't feel like it, I won't. So it may come back.
So, is there anything behind the lemons? I see that you use lemons for a lot of different stuff. Speaking of which, I tried to get my t-shirt and I went on and you did not have my size.
No, it's okay. We're gonna be we have How Like We Used to shirts out now, but we're gonna be revamping or maybe restocking some of the other shirts soon. But yes, the lemons. So the first project that we released as 408 was called Mrs. Lemon Squeezer, and it was the lemons were on the cover, and it was something we did in our very first music video we ever did, and I just kept it going, and I wanted to brand, you know, the band with lemons and coin the term like lemon punk and things like that. So it's a very early idea that has stuck with us this entire time, and I think it's a cool little history piece, just part of the band, and it's something that's going to stick around for the entirety of the band for sure.
I just love it. Such a fun thing. My best friend, he follows you too, and he found on TikTok the lemon where you can like talk in the lemon face. He has done how many of your songs with the lemon? Like,
I've seen it; it's very funny.
so, as far as new music coming up, what can you kind of tell us about some of the new stuff that you'll be releasing? Because that's pretty soon, correct?
Yeah, so we're dropping a song called "College Kids" on May 2nd, and that's a couple weeks away now. And after that, we're going to be dropping sometime in June. We're dropping another song, and then the EP will come out in July. So every 5 weeks or so, you'll see a song from us, and then you'll get two brand new ones with all of the songs collected in July. So you'll have a nice little piece of music for the spring and summer, and then we'll start working a timeline out for the newer stuff.
Now, are you planning to tour with Taylor for when you come up here, or because you've done stuff with Magnolia Park, you're just getting those punk pop bands.
Yeah, no, it's hard to say who and where we're going to be playing with at this time. There's a lot of different schedules
Is
going
it
on.
just who basically is around?
Yeah, it just depends. So we're actively looking at different opportunities to tour, and we'll decide that over the next 30 to 60 days or something like that.
So, as far as I don't want to just sit here and like go on and on and on about music, even though I know that you guys, I love doing that. But as far as weird collections, do you collect anything weird?
No, I don't collect anything weird. I Back in the day, I collected like baseball cards and football cards. No, I can't really think. I don't collect too much.
No?
Yeah, it's not my forte.
So, as far as like when you guys are out, I love to ask people that are fun and like get into it the way that you guys do, especially like by your TikToks. I can kind of tell that you guys have fun with it when you guys are out and about. Since karaoke is such a big thing around here, all of a sudden it started blowing up. Everybody's doing karaoke nights. Have you ever gotten up and sang one of your songs?
On a karaoke night, no.
Yeah.
Usually, what I'll do is I'll do some like Jimmy Eat World or Blink 182 stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, that's typically what I think we'll do when we do that stuff.
What would be your number one song for karaoke? Because I always say like I can't really sing, so I got to go with more of like a rap one that I can remember. So I usually go with like Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like Big Butts or something.
Nice.
But what would you say your song is if you got up there?
Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World.
Nice, good one. Speaking of which, what was the last song that you added to your playlist?
The last song, what was the last song I had in my personal playlist?
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't really make personal playlists. I usually just listen to the newest stuff that comes out and some of the stuff that's my favorite. But something that I've spun a lot recently is I'm a big Little Uzi fan, so I'll just listen to any of like his newer stuff for sure.
So, as far as any other influences, who would you say is we all know Blink 182, but as far as
Mhm.
any others, do you have any others that really have had an impact in your music?
Yeah, I can speak for the whole band when I say that Reliant K was a big influence of ours earlier on. Sum 41, A Day to Remember, The Story So Far. I'm trying to think of some other bands. The Starting Line. Who else? Those are the big ones. I mean, You Found Glory a little bit too. Um, yeah, I would say any of those. All the little Blink side projects, the Plus 44, the Boxcar Racers, Angels and Airwaves, things like that. But we're just a culmination of many different artists. I'm heavily inspired by Third Eye Blind. Um, yeah, and then rap. We love hip hop. We love EDM music. Cascade is one of my favorite DJs of all time. Millennium, Kid Cudi, Lil Uzi Vert, Drake, and just
If you could
any
do
of the.
a collab with anyone, who would you want to do it with?
It's really tough. Obviously, Blink would be the first choice, but outside the box, either Kid Cudi or Little Uzi Vert would be sick. Um, yeah, I mean, there's so many to mention, but outside the box would be cool.
That would be awesome. So, as far as summer plans, like personally, any summer plans for going on vacation or doing anything like in what downtime you guys do get?
Well, the summer plan right now is just to focus on So What Fest because that's in June, and then we're gonna be doing an EP release show in July. Personally, I have no plans. I just kind of plan my stuff around what the band's doing. So that's the biggest thing is just focusing on shows and new music, and that's where my head is at. And currently, I don't really plan vacations. That's not my thing. I usually try to vacation with the band and tour. That would be the goal.
Awesome. Well, I don't want to take up too much time because I promised you that I wouldn't keep you on that long because I know you're so busy. And thank you so much for taking the time. Seriously. Is there anything else that you would like to say to your fans? Just other than
Well, no, thank
to
you.
watch what you're doing, to go on your sites, share, like.
Yeah, and thank you very much for taking the time as well. Yeah, I mean, I would just say follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram. You'll see a bunch of new stuff from us very soon, and any announcements that we'll make.
Okay. Thank you so much. And we will follow you. And if you are coming up towards the Philly area or anywhere surrounding, I'm willing to drive at least 6 hours.
Nice. Yeah, we'll be doing something in the East Coast pretty soon. So I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.